Hello, and welcome to the legendary channel. Today we're going to talk about what ancient philosophers believed. What ancient philosophers believed before there were universities, before there were laboratories, before there were smartphones, satellites, or artificial intelligence. There were people sitting beneath trees, walking through ancient cities, looking up at the stars, asking the same question we still ask today. Why do we exist? Thousands of years separate us from them, yet their questions remain strangely familiar. The world has changed. Human nature has not. Our technology has advanced. Our buildings have grown taller. Our lives have become faster. But the human heart still longs for meaning. And that's why the words of ancient philosophers continue to survive today. Not because they knew everything, but because they dared to ask everything. Perhaps philosophy didn't begin with answers. Perhaps it began with curiosity. The courage to admit, I don't know. One of the earliest and most influential thinkers was Socrates. He spent his life walking through the streets of aliens, asking ordinary people extraordinary questions. He wasn't interested in showing people how intelligent he was. He wanted them to discover how little they truly understood. His most famous insight was simple. The unexamined life is not worth living. Think about those words. The unexamined life is not worth living. He wasn't saying that life has no value. He was saying that life becomes richer when we stop living on autopilot. When we question our beliefs, our fears, our ambitions, our habits. Because without reflection, we may spend our entire lives chasing goals we never chose for ourselves. Imagine climbing a mountain for years, only to realize you were climbing the wrong one. That is the danger of living without questioning. Another philosopher, Plato, believed that the physical world is only part of reality. He suggested that behind everything we see lies a deeper truth. Behind everything we see lies a deeper truth, according to him. Many people spend their lives mistaking appearances for reality. Imagine prisoners who have spent their entire lives inside a cave. All they have seen are shadows dancing on a wall. To them, those shadows are reality. But What if someone escaped the cave? What if they stepped into the sunlight and discovered a far greater world waiting outside? Would the others believe them? Or would they reject the truth because it challenged everything they had ever known? That ancient story still speaks to us today. How often do you mistake popularity for truth? Money for happiness, success for fulfillment, The cave still exists today. Only today, its walls may be built from distractions, fear, endless entertainment, and the opinions of others. Then came Aristotle. He looked at life differently. He believed that the purpose of human life was not simply pleasure, nor wealth, nor fame. He believed the goal was to become the best version of yourself, to develop wisdom, courage, justice, self-control. He understood something modern society often forgets. Success is not just about what you have. It is about who you become. Because one day, everything you own will belong to someone else. But your character is something you build every single day. Centuries later, a group of thinkers known as the Stoics offered another perspective. They lived in uncertain times, wars, political upheaval, disease, loss. Yet they taught something remarkable. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Think about that. How much of your daily stress comes from trying to control things beyond your power? Other people's opinions, the past, the future, the economy, the weather, the decisions of strangers. The Stoics believed peace begins when we stop fighting reality and start mastering ourselves. Perhaps freedom is not controlling the world. Perhaps freedom is learning to control your own mind. Across the world in ancient China, philosophers like Confucius emphasized wisdom, compassion, and living with integrity. He believed that a meaningful society begins with meaningful individuals. If you wish to change the world, begin by changing yourself. What a powerful idea. If you want to change the world, begin by changing yourself. We often wait for governments, leaders, or society to improve. But lasting change begins much closer to home, inside our own thoughts, inside your own mind, our own choices, our own actions. Despite living in different places, speaking different languages, and belonging to different cultures, these philosophers shared something extraordinary. They all believed that a meaningful life requires reflection, not blind acceptance, not constant distraction, constant scrolling, reflection. Perhaps that is why philosophy has survived for over 2,000 years. Because it doesn't force answers upon us. It teaches us how to think, not what to think. How to think, not what to think. Because in today's world, that may be more valuable than ever. We live in an age overflowing with information, yet starving for wisdom. We know how to build faster computers, but many of us still struggle to understand ourselves. We have access to millions of opinions online, yet rarely spend time examining our own. The ancient philosophers remind us that life's greatest discoveries are often made in silence. Not because silence gives us all the answers, but because it allows us to hear the questions we've been avoiding. So tonight, before you fall asleep, ask yourself one question. If Socrates sat across from you today, what question do you think he would ask about your life? Would you have an answer? Or would that question become the beginning of a completely different way of living? In the next chapter, we'll leave the world of philosophy and explore another perspective that has guided billions of people throughout history. What different spiritual traditions teach about why we exist. So we're going to end the video here for today. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.